are staying inside your houses and are safe. I know it's after so long that I am sitting in front of the camera and talking to it, but yeah, now I'm here. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the myths about psychology and therapy, as you must have read by the title itself. Now you must be thinking that we have been talking about these myths बहुत time से, it's such an old topic now. Why are you here and why are you talking about this topic now? So yeah, we all think that we have already busted these myths and there is a lot of mental health awareness going on, so these things don't exist now. But due to certain recent events, I have realized that these things still do exist very much. They very much exist abhi bhi in our society, in people, in educated people, everywhere. So we still need to keep working on busting them till the moment we don't need to. So this video is going to be in two parts. One will be the myths related to therapy and another will be the myths related to therapists. So in this part we are going to be talking about the myths related to therapy. The first myth related to therapy is that the people who go for therapy are weak, or only weak people go for therapy. I don't even have a count how many times I've heard this myth, and it's very common, very prevalent, especially in the generation before us, but it is still there in our generation as well. It might be lesser than the older generation, but it is still there. I've heard it from a lot of people of my own age. So the deal with being weak is that if you have taken the decision of going for therapy and doing something for your own good, for your own self, you are a damn strong person, dude. You are such a strong person. If how can this person be weak? I fail to understand how can this person be weak? Who's still wanting to fight? How are you weak? You are not weak, you're just trying to help yourself. And there are times when you can't help yourself alone. You need some help. Sometimes it's just a friend or a family member, but sometimes you need a professional's help. And when you need it, you have to go. If you have fever and you're going to a physician, do you say that I am weak, that's why I have to go to a physician to take medicines? No. Fever is normal, it can happen to anyone. Similarly, mental health issues can happen to anyone. And जिसको भी हो रहा है, they should go see a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a mental health practitioner. That does not make you weak. Second one is therapy is expensive. Now I understand where the people are coming from when they say that therapy is expensive, because there are places where it is actually expensive, but the price range or the fees of a therapist has a huge wide range. It has a wide variety. It can be from here till here. There are even people are even providing free therapy for people who cannot afford them. Like for students, there are so many places which are providing free sessions for students, because obviously students can't afford to pay 1,000 or 2,000 per session, that too every week. So there is every type of therapy available. If you can't afford any, just approach some online portal or something. There are so many portals who also suggest you कि if you have like this budget, you can go to this, or if you do not have a budget at all, then you can go to this. And there are so many apps or websites where you can put your filters, like you need a therapist in this area, for this much, he or she should have this much experience, or they should be charging only this much or from this much to this much. You can put all those filters and you can get a therapist. You just need to put a little bit effort and do thoda sa mehnat. Google search thoda sa, you'll find a therapist in every fees. And secondly, even if a therapist is charging, it's not wrong, because first of all they've spent a lot of money in their education and time. Becoming a therapist is a time taking process. It takes as many years as becoming a physician or an MBBS MD doctor. And I think equal efforts and brains, if not more. So when you go to a big hospital, to a physician, to a cardiologist, or to some other doctor, you don't ask them to charge you 200, no. They also have the fees 1000, 1500, and they see lot more patients in a day than a therapist would ever be able to. Because they will give you what, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to one patient, and then they will see so many more patients in a day than a therapist. A therapist will give a minimum of an hour to one patient. So at max, how many patients can they see in a day? And we can't forget that this is their bread and butter. They have to earn money to survive. And there are so many mental health professionals who are working at one place and earning money and then providing free services at another place. So if they want to provide free services at another place, they need to earn a good amount of money at this one place. So, and in addition to that, therapists are spending a lot of mental and emotional resources. Like when they take, even if they take a least of 5 sessions, let's take a therapist sees only 5 patients in a day. Those 5 patients might be coming with n number of issues, and you can't even guess what type of issues. They can be grief, it can be anything and everything. The therapist has to sit there and listen to all those issues, and then when they go home, they need to put a lot of effort in keeping their own sanity in check. They have like risks of burning out, of going to trauma themselves. So when they're using so much of mental and emotional resources, they deserve to be paid well. Next point is something that had come into limelight recently, which is talking to a friend and talking to a therapist is the same thing. So why do I need to go and pay for someone to just sit and listen to me when I can do that with my friend or a family member? So I would like to burst your bubble, but I'm sorry, it's not the same thing. A therapist is a lot more than just a listener. Yeah, I know having friends, good friends who listen to you is very, very important. You need thinking that a friend can do the job of a therapist is completely wrong. First of all, the therapist not only listens, he or she will do a lot more than that. And chalo, even if we are talking about only listening, there is something called active listening. So these are the skills that people who become psychologists and psychiatrists and counselors learn in their training periods. So your friend cannot give you the help that a psychiatrist or psychologist or a counselor can. When you need a therapist, you need a therapist. Your friend cannot do anything in it. They can provide you temporary comfort, but they cannot help you manage your mental health. Next myth is that when the symptoms start to get better, I don't need to see the therapist anymore. So what happens is, when you start therapy, in the beginning, initial few sessions only, the therapist creates an entire plan, a treatment plan, and in that they tell you your number of sessions, the frequency of sessions, the duration of your session, everything, and the plan, like what all you will be doing throughout this treatment treatment plan and how will you be proceeding. All of that is planned beforehand in your initial few sessions according to your disorder, or even not even disorder, according to your symptoms and the severity of your symptoms, according to all of that. So when you stop, there is a procedure that the therapist follows when trying to help you. So they try to deal with your symptoms, and then even after your symptoms are getting better and everything, there is a proper termination of therapy that has to happen. It has to end in a proper systematic manner. So it's not like the therapist needs to make money, that's why they're just extending your sessions and they're just putting 2 sessions for termination essay just because they want to charge you extra money. It's not that. They really want to help you, and those sessions of termination are also for your help. In that they tell you everything in future. If you face the same symptoms, same issues, how will you be dealing with it. They need to make sure that you will be able to help yourself in future if the same problem arises before they end the therapy. So a therapy does not just end like this because abhi mere ko now I'm able to sleep properly, so I'll just stop seeing my therapist because now I'm good, I'm fine. It does not work like that. If the therapist asks you to come for a certain number of sessions, you should go for those certain number of sessions, and when they think that now you are able to help yourself, now you are able to deal with things by yourself, they will tell you themselves that now the next session will be our termination session, and that is going to be the last session. The last one is that if I start therapy, it will go on forever. Therapy is endless. So like I said in the previous point, the end of therapy is already planned from the beginning, and it might fluctuate like to a couple of sessions more or less, but it's not like the therapist had told you 10 sessions and now you are here in your on your 50th sessions sitting there and still nothing is happening. That won't happen. If the therapist sees that they're not able to help you or your condition is not improving, they'll refer you to someone else by themselves. So it's not like it will go for your entire life, because the aim of therapist is not to solve your problems, because if they do that, they'll have to do that throughout your life. They'll have to solve your problems puri life. But what their aim is to help you solve your own problems and to help you learn how to solve your own problems, so that in future when a similar or any type of problems come your way, you can solve them yourself, so that you don't need them in future. So that's it for the part 1, that is myths related to therapy, and I hope you guys really understand what I tried to say. Therapy is not such a big deal. If you feel the need, if you feel trouble in your any area of your life, be it any part, can be academics, career, your relationships, family, friends, anything, just go for it. At least try. I am pretty sure you'll like it and you will be helped. Just go for it. Do not believe in what other people tell you. Just go for it. I am a psychology master's student. I have been studying psychology for last 6 years now. I've just started my 7th year with psychology, and let me tell you, if not the technical part, at least for this part, I know what I'm talking about. If you feel anything where you need help, just go for it. If it's something that you don't need the help, the professional help, the therapist will themselves tell you that you just need to do this, and you don't really need help. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Bye.